and gentlemen, Denver, Colorado out today, man. We are playing in the snow, but today the Denver Broncos will be in Kansas City in Arrowhead playing our enemies. Yes, they are enemies. And up above me is G-Unit. Right next to me is the man in the shower. And then we got Shotgun going crazy up there, fully loaded for a great game today at 11 o'clock in Denver, Colorado weather. But then we also have the Roll Tide Roll, Bama, Bama, Bama. He's getting ready to jump on. And then later on, we're going to be having the one and only MLB great Greg Vaughn. But right now, we're getting ready to get started with Sports and Tacos. Yes, Sunday Fun Day. Shotgun, let it out.
All I can say today, Miss G Unit, is go Broncos. Woo!
Ew.
Lil Bobo Nix is going to become a star today. A star will be born today in Kansas City with a most gripping victory.
You're wrong. You guys
Yeah.
ready to get your butts kicked? This is gonna be fun.
I'm predicting 30, 35, 31 Broncos in just a barn-burning shootout in Kansas City. It's going to happen. He's going to throw for like 5 touchdowns, run for 1, throw for 400 yards, and a star will be born. What do you guys think? Tony, what are the... Okay, Tony, let's start there. Tony, I really want to get all Homer Simpson-y about
I'm
this
already
game.
a homer, baby. I am
Yeah,
already
okay,
a homer.
I get it. You know, like they might cover, but what are the chances? I mean, we've beat some pretty good teams. Maybe they're not like, super excited. Like, oh, it's the Broncos. Maybe they went out last night and
Well,
partied and ate barbecue.
I'm sure our Denver Broncos did go out last night.
No, I'm talking about the Chiefs. I'm saying I don't think the Chiefs. Maybe the Chiefs
all the
aren't
Chiefs
taking the
are gonna
Broncos
eat crow.
serious.
All the Chiefs are going to do is eat crow. See, last night we
Yes,
were in
right.
Kansas City, Missouri. We were in the K-State, and we were having fun because we were eating little ribs, a lot of nice, delicious ribs, and that's the ribs off the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah.
So stupid.
But no, listen up. You know, the last rookie that actually beat Mahomes in Kansas City, was Justin Herbert from I can't say Diego, Los Angeles Chargers. That was the last rookie that beat him, and today will be the second rookie to beat him.
Yeah, it's possible, but like I was saying, I wouldn't bet the farm on it. But I wouldn't be crazy surprised if we somehow could go in there and pull off a dub. I would love to be watching the 72 Dolphins because they're the last undefeated team still, right?
Yeah, I agree on that one. There's a what there no, actually they are the last undefeated team.
That's what I'm saying. So after the Broncos go in and upset the Chiefs today, the 72 Dolphins are going to be popping champagne again.
Yeah, they're gonna be drinking Dom.
We're going to be drinking the Dom down in freaking South Beach.
Yeah, it's
or will the lights be too bright for Bo Nix today? It's a division game, so.
Well, okay, I kind of like that we're coming off of getting our asses whooped by the Ravens because this week at practice with Sean Payton was not a fun week.
But again, you can't even hang within 30 of Baltimore. How are you going to hang with a team that beat Baltimore?
I'm just saying for any
Spagnuolo will have the defense straight.
Any given Sunday,
the question is, will the KC defense? I mean, they're going to be playing a lot of disguises, maybe stuff Bo's never seen. Obviously,
Spagnuolo's going to be all over the Bo Nix day, man. He is.
Look, let me have my Homer Simpson moment, okay?
I think
Greg Vaughn, Mr. Greg Vaughn, how are you?
Good. What's happening?
What's up, there, Gregory? Hey, sorry about those picks yesterday, man. Boy, they kicked my ass too. But
That's all right. It's okay. We'll get them next time.
And then, hey, man, hey, Miami, you was undefeated. Damn it. I even bet them.
So did I.
What do you think that? Why do you, Greg? Do you think they just kind of overlooked Georgia Tech yesterday?
No, Georgia Tech does it to us every year.
Do they?
Every year, yeah, they do it to us every year.
They just get up.
And our defense isn't. Our defense is horrible.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, your offense. Yeah, I guess you guys remind me of like CU on steroids, an even better version of CU right now, where your offense is just unbelievable. But it's gonna every game is is gonna be a barn burner. But Cam Ward is. I mean, they're pretty identical-ish in a way teams if you kind of think about it. I mean, you're a lot higher ranked than CU right now, but CU knocked off Texas Tech yesterday. CU and Miami. Hey Tony, if CU and Miami had to play right now, what would you put the point spread at?
I put the point spread. It depends on where they're playing.
Let's just call it a neutral field. They're kind of identical.
They're playing in a neutral field. I'll say Miami and 3 points.
And 3. Got it. Because I mean, before yesterday, Greg, I was thinking maybe taking Miami as a long shot to win the whole thing. I think if they have to go up against any SEC teams, just like if it was CU playing any SEC teams, they'd probably get whooped, But
right.
An outside, like, it would probably pay good money if you put something on Miami to win the whole thing right now. But after yesterday, I'm not so sure.
We need to get better at defense. Our defense. I mean, you think about the games that we won early. I mean, you're winning 45-43. You're winning 40-39. I mean, defense wins championships.
Yeah, very true, very true. And they play and Bama to that note. I was thinking even with Georgia losing. Okay, so before yesterday's games, I was thinking, I'm gonna put something on Miami. And now who I'm thinking about putting something on to win it all? Alabama.
They looked good yesterday. They looked really good yesterday.
Because, dude, you're going to have – and I was talking to my buddies at work yesterday because, I'm in Atlanta these days. And it's almost like an SEC loss should be like only a half loss. Like, if Alabama loses to Georgia as opposed to, like, CU losing to, whoever, an SEC loss – like a 3-loss SEC team is probably better than a 1-loss Big 12 team. Because 3 of those losses are going to be against hardcore SEC schools. What's your thoughts, Bama?
For the most part, that's pretty much true. I mean, you still got some. I mean, we lost to Vanderbilt. Now, Vanderbilt's not a bad team this year. They're better than they usually are, but that's not a very good win, a very good loss for us right there. I mean, if you do a 3-loss team, it better be 3 really good losses right there. You can't have the little like I think Vanderbilt, Bama will not get in with 3 losses. I do not see Alabama getting in. I don't see any SEC team getting in with 3 losses, honestly. And it could be to the top 3, but yeah.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Like, are you going to keep a 3-loss SEC team out over, like, a Boise State?
After yesterday? Yeah.
You think so?
Boise State and Nevada last night. Did you see that game?
I got to see, like, the first half of it.
That game cost me big. Yeah, keep them out.
Oh man!
Yeah, I did win Nevada basketball yesterday. I was 3-3 on basketball. I didn't do much on football yesterday, but basketball was good.
I won college football or basketball instead of football.
Well, okay, think about like Georgia right now, because Georgia, Ole Miss, even though it's Ole Miss, they're a good team.
Really good. They have a good quarterback.
Yeah, so they lost to Ole Miss, they lost to Alabama. If they lost, that's their 2 losses, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember. We were talking about how when the 12-team playoff, when all the teams come out, I mean, dude, you could have 6, maybe 7 SEC schools in the playoff, potentially.
Well, the top 3 in my eyes right now, and I will put, even though Alabama won graciously yesterday, I'll put them at number 3. Number 1, Texas. Number 2, Tennessee. Number 3, Alabama. And maybe number 4, Georgia.
So you're not mentioning, again, like when the rankings come out, you're going to have Oregon, you're going to have Texas. But I'm just, in a playoff scenario, I would take, like, whoever the number 3, you got Alabama, Georgia. I would even maybe take like an Ole Miss to maybe upset like an Oregon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about Oregon and Texas. Like, even the number 4 best school in the SEC probably could beat an Oregon and potentially a Texas. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts? After a grueling SEC season, you know what I'm saying? They're playing the best. Because I was talking to somebody about CU. He's like, "Oh, you're going to be super excited if CU gets in the playoff." I'm like, dude, if CU makes a good bowl game, I will be happy. You know what I'm saying? And I guess there's a scenario where CU could get in the playoff. But the point is, if CU even had to play in Ole Miss right now, I'm pretty sure Ole Miss would kick CU's ass.
See, but you got to also understand this there, Spencer, is CU still has to play BYU.
I know.
And BYU looks ridiculous right now.
Yeah.
They got a young, up-and-coming, strong team. You know, they played last year together. They may have lost their quarterback, but they gained another quarterback. And CU has, right now they're looking pretty. But you know what? Right now, we're smelling roses.
Yeah, they're kind of like Miami. As soon as they have to play a team that is a hardcore defense, they're going to struggle, I think. So, anyways, let's do this real quick just to wrap up. I definitely wanted to dive into college football. Greg, if you had to put $1 million on one of these teams to win the national championship, who do you think it would be right now?
I don't know. I might say Alabama.
Alabama. Who are you going to take the national championship?
Well, if I'm not playing the homer card and take Alabama, it's got to be Oregon, man. Oregon looks like the best team out there, complete from what I've seen so far. With Dylan Gabriel quarterbacking right now, I think they could pretty much match up.
You still think they would beat? Because they might have to play 2 SEC teams in the playoffs.
There's a few teams out there that can handle that, and I think Oregon's one of those. Yeah.
Tony, $1 million. Who's winning the national championship?
Tennessee.
What?
Wow.
Damn, nice. Bentley.
Get some good odds.
Yeah.
Man in the shower.
It's a coin flip between Oregon and Bama.
Got it. G Unit.
Kansas Jayhawks.
I knew it.
It is basketball.
By the way, good win yesterday.
Yeah.
I know they're looking good. No, I'm going to say Alabama as well.
God, and isn't that crazy? I'm taking Alabama also, and we are taking Alabama in an off season, like an off year. Basically, it's essentially an off year.
I mean, yeah, any given week you can change right there.
But like, again, man, when like those kids, when I told you guys last year when they came into Lowry's for the Beef Bowl, even the JV kids are so effing big. Like, you got to be 6'4" or above to even be on the Alabama football team. Like Saban, because most of those recruits are still Saban's recruits. Dude, it's just like, it's like looking at the future of the NFL for the next, 3 years. It is amazing. Even though Michigan, remember, Tony, I was like, the JV kids on Alabama are bigger than the varsity kids at Michigan. Michigan won, but it's just like watching.
We knew the turnout.
Yeah, I know we knew the outcome, but so I would have Alabama beat Georgia. Georgia's quarterback, I don't think, is all that great.
Nope.
But if Alabama, man, I'd put $1 million on Alabama. So I'll wrap up the college. Unless you guys got anything else about college football, we'll dive into the NFL.
You are the 10 I see.
Stupid. All right, NFL wrap up from last week. Okay, I wanted to start with Detroit going into Green Bay and pretty thoroughly whooping the Packers. Scale of 1 to 10, dude. The Lions are
Killing it.
they are good.
Yeah, but you didn't have 100% of Jordan Love either.
True, but
I could see them in the playoffs or when they see each other again.
I could see I could see a Chiefs Lions Super Bowl after that.
Yeah.
That's a big win in Green Bay. They are by far, at least, they're the best team in the NFC, in my opinion. What do you guys think?
My opinion too. I think they're really good. It's going to be a good season for them.
I see the Lions. They're as talent-wise, the talent is good, but I see more great coaching out of the Lions because look, they got a couple of their guys hurt and out, and it's like next man up. So definitely give it to their coach. They are playing. They're not running out of gas. They're not discouraged. These guys are hitting hard.
And if you think about it, you go back to was that the NFC? It wasn't the championship. The game was that the Niners last year, Greg?
Yeah.
Where again, and I even remember saying it after the game, he gambled a bunch of times, and unfortunately he lost. But if he would have won those gambles, he's a genius. So I do kind of like a gambler. I remember telling Paul Pratt, the last time he was on the show, because a lot of times defeats, well, at least in the Super Bowl, but so you can just always tell like a team that is on the rise, and they seem like it. I told him that, like, they seemed like a team that was on the rise. Like losing in the playoffs wasn't gonna make them fall off a cliff to where the next season they don't make the playoffs. You could tell they're just getting better and better. And I don't know. I don't think that. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, let me.
But
we'll go around. Tony and Bama, what are your thoughts of the Lions?
You got to look at this, Shotgun. They were ahead in the NFC Championship by a lot of points, and then halftime turned around. And then the 49ers ended up coming back and winning. I agree with you about them getting stronger and stronger and coaching and this and that, but you gotta play two halves. You gotta play two halves in this. And
but that's true. He rolled the dice, though. That's the main reason they lost the game. He took chances. He gambled, and he lost. But if those plays, wasn't it like 2 4th downs? Wasn't it that the deal?
Yeah.
And
but also too taking those losing the gambles and still to be in the game. That's pretty amazing.
So they were that close to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, if there is a team out there that could hang at least offensively with the Chiefs, it's the Lions. They went into Kansas City. I know it was last season, first game, whatever, but they did go into KC and beat the Chiefs last season.
Yeah. First game,
Yeah.
Well, it's just exciting. It's the Lions. Yeah. It's Detroit. It's Motown. I love that stuff. So I would really love to see the Lions, something new, get in there and be a dominant team this next few seasons. It's just nice to see the Lions.
Okay, let's pretend. Let's pretend we get a Chiefs-Lions Super Bowl.
Oh.
What would the score be of a Chiefs-Lions Super Bowl, Greg?
We got Ed McCaffrey back today. I'm not giving up that quick. So
that's funny. That's true. You get Christian.
Yeah, there's two teams you got to watch out for. The 49ers getting healthy, and you got to watch out for the Eagles getting healthy too.
Yep.
Okay, we're playing Fantasyland. Tony, give me a score of a Chiefs-Lions Super Bowl.
Detroit wins 28-14.
In a Chiefs-Lions Super Bowl?
Is that a halftime score? Is that a halftime score?
If they have my Michigan boy back healthy and the Lions offense healthy, I think Goff's going to have a great day. He'll put up 300 yards. He'll throw a touchdown. Gibbs runs it in for 2.
Bentley, what would the score of a Lions-Chiefs Super Bowl be?
High. It'll be over 30. Anything, maybe 37, 27, somewhere. But it's going to be that would be a high-scoring game.
Who wins?
Oh,
Chiefs.
I'll still give the edge to the Chiefs on that one.
Still give it to the Chiefs? G-Unit. If you have to,
30-27. 30-27 Chiefs win by a field goal.
that's pretty good. Okay, next topic I wanted to chat about was the Texans. Well, I know they lost their best wide receiver. What are our thoughts on the Texans right now?
He's coming back today.
He's
Nico
back
Collins-
today?
Yeah,
Oh,
think
yeah,
so.
Nico's back, but yeah, Diggs is still out though. Yeah,
They still got Dell and they got their tight end, and Mixon's got to step it up if they want to get involved with the playoff.
Because it's Lions at Texans today, right? Lions are favored by 3.5.
yeah, that's a test for both those teams, honestly. I mean, yeah, we get to see what Houston can do against a good team like Detroit, and can see what Detroit can go on the road and do against. I know losing Stephon Diggs might hurt, but it's pretty much now the same Houston team with Nico Collins back healthy. You got Tank Dell back. I mean, you still got some pretty good weapons on that Houston team right there.
All right, I want to talk to the wise one here, Tony. I want to take the Lions minus 3.5, but hearing what I just heard, it kind of changes my mind. If you had to put $1 million on that game, what are you doing?
I'm going to still take Detroit.
Still take Detroit in the points?
Yeah.
Got it. So that's kind of what I was leaning,
Only reason being is because Detroit still have a healthy Gibbs. St. Brown's doing awesome. Goff, shit, man. Goff's throwing the ball, and he's actually connecting. And even losing their star defensive linebacker, you know what? They're still holding it. They're still holding the fort down.
That's good coaching. Yeah, that's good coaching. The Lions need to keep their offensive coordinator. Don't let them go.
Yeah. Okay, I like the Lions. Lean Lions. You got any thoughts on that game, Greg? Like, what if you had to, go big on that game? What would you do? Or unless I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think the Lions have everything going for them, but even though Houston got beat last game, Stroud showed me something, man. If he has just a little bit of time and a little bit of help, from the receivers, that game would have been totally different last week. So I'm not giving up on the Texans at home. I'm not.
Anybody got I'm on my phone. Anybody know what the over/under on that game is?
That's 49.5, and I would take the under.
Under, really? I mean,
I think it's going to be a defensive game. I think they're going to hold.
You think that's a try? God, it sure feels like over. Those are two offenses that, when they're clicking, can put up mad points. Both teams could easily score 30.
Yeah, but hey, both of them still have a defensive teams, and unfortunately, the Texans, man, Houston, they've been lacking the last couple of weeks. I think they're going to step up in their A game, and Detroit's going to be in their A game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game.
So you like Detroit and the points and the under, okay? The only other real topic from last week that I wanted to chat about was, dude, the Redskins are 7-2. How serious? I mean, how serious are we taking the Redskins? On a scale of 1 to 10, Greg, how serious are you taking the Redskins and Jaden Daniels?
Same thing I told you last week. At 8, the Redskins are for real,
dude. I mean, if they keep doing what they're doing, I mean, Jaden Daniels could be having a Marino-esque rookie season. Did Marino go to the Super Bowl his rookie year? I can't remember. It was his second.
That is correct. That was the only time he went to the Super Bowl.
The only time.
That's right.
And of course, he played some team called the 49ers, where Joe Montana, Roger Craig, they kind of did some damage.
They were pretty good. Bit of a dynasty.
When the Redskins play the Eagles? That's going to be a great game.
Well, let me ask you this: Would anybody out there take a flyer? Just nothing major. You don't got to put $1 million on it, but Redskins to win the Super Bowl. How much would you risk on that pick right now?
50 cents. Enough to buy a gumball.
$10. Just give me the amount. How much would you put on it, Greg? Redskins to win it all.
To win it all? Not much. No, it depends who they're playing. I mean, I got to see both sides of it. I mean,
It's Redskins Chiefs.
Chiefs. I'm up $10. I'm going Chiefs.
$10. Tony, let's say, I mean, somebody could probably look it up. I bet you're still getting 20-1. They're not going to get much respect, but they're 7-2. So I bet you're getting 20 or 30-1 on those odds. How much would you put on it, Tony?
50 cents. Like I said, enough to buy a gumball. So I can chew it out and spit it out because they're not going to go that far. If they go to the playoffs, they're going to lose first round.
But that's what we've been thinking for 9 weeks. It's week 10 and they're 7-2 and their quarterback is just shredding. Bama, how much you putting on the Redskins?
Why would you have more faith in Detroit going over that team right there? I mean, I think you got a more athletic quarterback in Washington than you do in Detroit. I think you got just as good of a defense in Washington as you do in Detroit. I mean, you might have a St. Brown, but I'm McLaren up with him right there. I don't have any problem with either one of those teams. I think Washington would be a pretty good pick to get up in there.
How much would you throw on it, Bama?
No more than $20.
No more than $20.
Let's not forget Dan Quinn runs out of steam in the fourth quarter, and that's his record.
It's a pretty amazing story though. That 7-2 rookie quarterback shredding. So that's all I really got from last week, guys. So we could dive into our picks. I was 0-2 last week, so don't necessarily listen to me. But
I know you lost 100 tacos still, son.
I'm aware. Like I said, I'll come back for Christmas. I'll come back for Christmas, and we're gonna go to Taco John's for Taco Tuesday.
Don't forget the dark horse here. Look at the Cardinals.
Well, okay, listen. My pick of the day. Somebody's got to explain to me. I know Christian McCaffrey's coming back today, but Tampa is a 6.5 point home underdog after just about knocking off Kansas City. I'm all over Tampa and plus 6.5. Tell me I'm wrong.
I like it.
You're wrong.
I'll say you're wrong.
You're wrong.
Yes.
Debo's playing. McCaffrey's playing. We might have our linebacker back. G in it. No disrespect. That's when you guys got all happy when he tore his Achilles running on Greenlaw. I think Greenlaw's back today.
Yeah.
Or I think he's coming back next week. But either way, once again, Spencer, yeah, but I mean, it's just a calming effect that he has. McCaffrey does so many things, right?
Yeah.
And
a 6.5. Okay, because Tampa's not a bad team. That's a pretty big. I could see the Niners going in there and winning by 3, but are they going to cover 6.5?
I don't know if they cover. I just want to win.
I get it.
Yeah,
that's all I'm like. That's a pretty big number.
I'm not touching that game, and I'm a diehard Niner fan.
Right.
I just want to see a W.
Yeah.
Bentley, you got any thoughts on Tampa being a 6.5 point home dog against the Niners today?
Very possible. The Niners are beat up. And let me tell you one thing about KC. KC is a little traumatized playing in Tampa because of that Super Bowl. That's the only reason why I gave him the edge on that. And then right now, unfortunately, the Niners are beat up. That's why I'm giving it to Tampa. The Niners are just beat up right now. The poor guys.
But man in the shower, you got to understand too. Tampa Bay's beat up.
No wide receivers. No wide receivers.
And they got the home field and they got the
that's why that's kind of was my question. Like, are any of those is there any new injuries since they almost beat the Chiefs?
Almost doesn't count, Spencer. That was a good night. That almost doesn't count.
Well, I'm just saying they just about knocked off,
they should have went for 2. They should have went for 2, just like New England. New England should have went for 2. Some of these guys, you have nothing to lose anyway. Why not go for 2?
I don't know. That 6.5. When I first saw it, I was like, that looks like what the spread would be at San Fran. This is at Tampa, so that's my pick. That's my pick of the day.
McCaffrey's back. Plus, San Fran had a week off last week for the bye, so they got rested up for that right there too. But Tampa Bay's coming off one of the hardest games they played all year last week at Kansas City. Yeah. I think it's set up for them to lose by 10 or more. Personally.
What are you taking, G Unit, in that game? You like the Niners? You like Tampa Bay?
49ers all day. Tampa Bay is beat up from the Chiefs game last Monday.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into picks of the day. Tony, Let's make all of our watchers some money. What is Big Daddy's pick of the day?
My pick of the day will come tomorrow night when the LA Rams giving up -1 to Miami and the Rams winning.
I was
That's my
thinking
pick
that.
of the day.
I thought, okay, I'm not gonna argue just because 10 years of arguing with Tony's pick of the day has not done me well. But I mean, you're factoring in Tua. I mean, Tua's back, right? He might not know, like his name or what planet he's on, but he is back.
But he'll definitely know the score, the ending of the game, knowing Miami's not going to win.
So
Miami's,
Rams.
I hate to say it, Miami's still banged up. I still think there's problems. Their running game is actually stepping up because the quarterback can't pass the ball to Waddle.
And the Rams are twinning upper, man. The Rams are getting healthy and playing good ball. I like that. Yeah.
And you got their 2 star wide receivers back. Their running attack is stepping up. Their defense, look at their defense, what they're accomplishing. They see what the offense is doing. Defense is doing it too now.
Hey, Tony, I have a question for you.
Yes.
On that pick'em game, Jets Cardinals, who do you like?
I like the Cardinals. The
Me
Jets, the only thing you got to worry about with the Cardinals, though, is if Connor's going to play. He's questionable right now. Trust me, I know. I got him on fantasy, but I still think they're going to overcome. They got a great tight end. Their offensive core is stepping up. And even that little quarterback is finally understanding plays in that playbook.
Where's that game at? Is it in Arizona?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another reason I like it, too, because of the fact they're at home field. When they're at home field, they pull things out and they win. And, Kyler Murray likes playing in Arizona. You can totally tell. Every when he's away, his stats are down. When he's at home, holy shiz, he locks it up.
Cool. So
But, one game I do like, and this is taking the over. I like Philadelphia going into Dallas. Win or lose, don't care. I like the 43.5. I think Mr. Dallas Cowboy, their new quarterback, is going to step it up because guess what?
He's better than Dak.
Yep.
Yeah,
when he played last year, did he not lose a game?
He played better.
They won like 5 in a row.
And then all of a sudden, yeah. And you know what? CeeDee Lamb is happy as hell because now he can actually catch a ball or somebody to throw to him. Tolbert is going to be happy. The tight end Ferguson last week, the tight end caught 9 catches. I just think it's going to be a great game, and let's see what Barkley does to that Dallas defense. And plus, like what Bama says, that Philadelphia has a healthy team back. But with that game, I don't know who to choose because of the fact you got a new quarterback coming in. We're making Dallas excited again. But I do like the 43.5 in that one. But
the over, you like the over, right?
Oh yeah,
got it.
Cooper
Rush
gives the Cowboys a better chance. That's for sure.
He's opening up eyes.
Hey, Spencer, can I give you my pick of the day? Because I have to go. I got to fly back to California. My niece's official signing days tomorrow. So.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank Michaela. Yeah, she's the beast. So for softball.
That's awesome.
Where's she going? I think
Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
That's right. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Greg Vaughn's pick of the day.
Vikings over Jaguars.
Do you know what the spread is there?
-7.
That's actually good. They're going to be.
You could have got it in the beginning of the middle of the week for 4.5.
Damn. Because Trevor Lawrence is hurt, isn't he?
Yes.
Oh man.
Oh, dude. That's why. Oh my God. Yeah. There's some advantages to living in Vegas. If there's a movement, you're 2 minutes away from the sports book. The rest of the world waits till Sunday and 4.5 and 7. That's a big difference.
I know.
That's true. You see it.
I was at the Sphere last night watching the Eagles, and I was looking on my phone to make sure my fantasy teams. I dropped the Colts quarterback Flacco, and I picked up Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones has me 3 points this morning.
Danny Dimes. How is he
Even
still in the
Germany-
NFL?
Even in Germany, he's still Daniel Jones.
So funny.
And
All right,
with that
awesome,
one,
Greg. I just got one last question. How'd you like AFM, Greg?
It was great experience. For the production company, learned the business on a lot of different angles. Learns what goes into movies, shows, podcasts.
I've been there for 3 years in a row because normally it's at the Lowe's Hotel in Santa Monica. This year's it's in Vegas though.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. It
Yeah.
was overwhelming. You know what I mean?
It's nuts, man. It's like, so, and that is basically they have all the big markets, like Cannes, Toronto, whatever. And what I've been told is AFM is where most of the deals get done.
Yeah, there's a lot of deals going. The international piece
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah, it's nuts. I have a buddy, big distributor, who goes every year from the United Kingdom. He's helping pitch our movie and our show and all the things. But yeah, I just wanted to see how what you thought of AFM. So it's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
trust me. I sent out trailers and spoke on behalf of both podcasts, and
Sweet.
people are interested. But like I said, until something's signed and it's done,
Yeah.
I don't get too
Oh
high.
no,
too low.
I know all about it. You come out of AFM, you're like, oh my God, things are so amazing. And then, a couple weeks go by, like, you're like, yeah, right. So, but you have to be there. You got to be marketing whatever you got, your show, your podcast. The main thing about stuff like that is just the contacts that you make. You meet so many people that are high up in the business, So.
Yeah. It was interesting. It was a good time. It was funny, living here. After the first day, you see everyone, they're all business ready to go. Next day, everyone's dragging, they're all hungover. The 2 days after that, it's even worse. And,
I was talking to my buddy Terry McGinnis, who was out there repping our movie. I was like, just like the Super Bowl, I think it was kind of a bad idea because day one is going to be all business. Then it's over. Like it's Vegas. Like business will be done. Day 2, day 3. So, anyways, thanks, Greg.
all right, thanks, you guys. Have
Thanks,
a good one.
Okay, we'll see you
Greg.
next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Greg, safe travels.
Safe travels.
Okay. All right, thank you. See you guys.
Okay, only other thing I got, we talked about CU, Miami, SEC. I got a little, Victor Wembanyama watch. He was 24, 16, and 7 blocks last night. I think soon we are going to see the quadruple double from Victor Wembanyama.
Who's
So,
that?
that's the guy. He's a basketball player for the San Antonio Spurs. He's
Oh.
7'3".
Oh,
But
he's the tall guy.
Yes, he can shoot. He can pass. He can do all the things, and he's 7'3". He's just an absolute. Remember Card Boss? Remember the Card Boss show?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's who we were freaking out about.
Oh, his card.
His card.
Okay. Speaking of, I have questions for you. I got some cards. But we can do that later.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Anybody else got anything for this Sunday morning before we get into foosball?
Yeah. Go Broncos.
Titans versus Chargers. That's going to be interesting.
Go Chargers.
Yeah, I think
the
Chargers are looking good. Justin's finally stepping up to the plate and being the quarterback that he should be. And now he's got some couple more talents to throw to. Palmer came back, and as you know, last week he caught a touchdown coming back from his injury. I think they're going to be fine. Their backfield are understanding to run the ball now.
Chargers, Jim Harbaugh. As long as Jim Harbaugh is there, he's going to have these guys fighting. It's a game. I know they're losses, but still, he has them fighting. I mean, they're all pretty close games. So Harbaugh's a great coach. As long as he's there, they will improve, and I see a bright future for them. That's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. They are, dude. Like we were talking. Other than the Raiders, the AFC West is going to be a hell of a division soon.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, the Raiders. You imagine they passed up on Jim Harbaugh and they kept Antonio Pierce because the player said, "Oh, he smokes marijuana with us. He's so cool." I mean, what a joke! They just passed up. They had a chance.
I hate to say this, but the Raiders are kind of like the Rockies. It comes from the top down, man.
Oh yeah.
Their ownership is just so bad.
Maybe Brady can do something. Who knows? Maybe he could be a good influence there. That would
maybe. I mean, you need something.
Or suit up and wear number 12 again.
That's right.
Yeah. That'd be
I mean,
something.
Because I don't know how you fix, and then they take a tight end with their first round pick, knowing they don't have a quarterback.
But they've got probably the best tight end that's going to come out.
I get it, but who's going to throw him the football?
Somebody eventually.
You hope.
He'll throw it to himself.
Well, Uncle Rico still throws a football over those mountains.
Yeah, twice a year. Twice a year he has a good game. Like enough to get a deal from another team next season.
Yeah, right.
See, and then they also lost their star wide receiver, from a crappy team to a worse team. It's one of those.
Who knows? Or maybe Brady could be an influence and tell Mark, "Hey, Mark, let's do something here, man. We're in Vegas. Let's do something."
I mean, maybe the Davis family just makes so much money off of merchandise.
Could be
that they just don't. They don't care. They don't care. They're like the Monforts. Okay, the Monforts know that the Rockies are gonna fill that stadium. They're gonna with attendance. They're like top 10 every year. They don't even care. Because they're going to make their money whether they lose 100 games or not. They don't give a crap.
Shame to be an owner like that.
And I think, again, I've said this in the past, owners like that they should vote them out of the league. Because they're not good for the sport. Like, you play to win the game. You own a team to win the game, for Christ's sake. It's not a stock. If you want to do that, go sell the team and go buy Bitcoin.
One of the best owners ever, he passed away a couple years ago. Pat Bullitt, he cared about his team.
Yeah. Bentley, the Broncos, when we won Super Bowl 32, Pat Bowlen took a $20 million loss that year to get that Super Bowl. Like, that's an owner. You know what I'm saying? $20 million he lost to win the Super Bowl, finally, for John Elway. Like, Monford's ain't going to do that. Davis is ain't going to, that's all. So, that's all I got. Everybody.
Go Broncos!
Good to see you, G Unit. I don't want to hear you crying. I don't want to hear you and your sisters crying next weekend after you lose.
You guys are so
Denver
wrong.
Broncos and Bo Nix becomes a star today. A star is born.
All we got is 1-5. And DeAndre Hopkins, those two have made a quick
Hey, Tony, Patrick Surtain is playing, right?
Yeah.
Hopkins
so DeAndre
awesome.
Hopkins ain't going to do nothing.
Whatever. Did you see him last week?
Doesn't matter.
So
we have the greatest cornerback in football.
But G-Unit, the catch is, look who was a second or a third string cornerback was covering him.
Yeah, you got Patrick Surtain, the best in the game. Now, Kelsey might have a big game.
Oh, gosh. You know what? And I do agree with you on that because we are having troubles with our outside linebackers staying healthy.
Kelsey could have a big game. I wouldn't look for a big game from Hopkins, though. Surtain is going to shut that ass down. So.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Needs to keep his ankle strong, too. He's got that ankle. I have questions for you about some cards.
Sure.
We came across like a whole big notebook of a bunch of good baseball cards.
Yeah.
And they're like 87, 88, 89 tops cards. Should we go get them authenticated?
No, because they're not worth anything.
Okay.
What sport are they? Are they baseball?
Yeah, it's baseball. Bo Jackson. Okay, they're not.
Unfortunately, they're not.
So can you try to sell some on eBay or one of the
I hate to tell you this, but like back when I was out buying collections hardcore, people's entire collections, all those years, I hate to say this, but I literally would take them and throw them in the dumpster.
No way. Yeah. That's so heartbreaking.
Now, don't get me wrong, pick out the stars, because like this, any of the star cards, this is the problem. Any of the star player cards, like whoever, 88 tops, there's nothing. I mean, 87, like an 87 tops McGuire rookie, you know, they printed billions of them. If you remember the Dan Wolken show,
Yep.
it's the era where Tops was just basically scamming 12-year-old, 10-year-old kids for years.
Okay.
They're not even worth the paper they're printed on, unfortunately.
Gosh,
And
and
then
they're
but what you could do is pull the stars, and if they are gem ass mints, they might, and you send them in, you want to spend like $15 on a card, it
Mhm.
might sell for like 30.
Okay. Okay.
That's it.
They're in
But
mint condition. I mean,
yeah,
they're
I'm sure they're in the binders, but
yeah.
if they were not those years, I would say, yeah. Are they all tops? Okay. If there's any 89 upper deck cards, 89 upper deck is a valuable set. That's Ken Griffey Jr., Randy Johnson. That was
Okay.
the very first year of upper deck
Okay.
baseball cards. But if they're all tops, I hate to say it, they're not worth anything.
Okay. Okay. I'll let him know. Okay. Well, that's
Just
good
the
to
way it is.
know. Okay.
Just so you know. So, anyways, go Broncos.
Cool. Go Chiefs. Bye, guys. It was so
Go
good to see you.
Broncos! Come on,
Bye, guys. Till
fantasy.
next weekend.